Well, welcome to this week on Let's Fix Her Up here in my garage right now. Mike Jamison with you. 30 years we've been doing this craziness here, and this is a year I just am bound and determined to get all of the projects that I want to get done. And we've got a bunch of them. This week we'll be talking with Steve Naylor over at Seagate. And Seagate, we're going to be doing a lot of projects with them, especially with foundations, working on some roofs, working on doing some great siding, just some great stuff. And Steve and I talked about some of the big things that they've got going on here for this year with us, along with some of the other things we're going to be doing. Now, I've taken on a few projects here at my house. We're staining my deck. We're going to show you how to clean your deck off and then stain it with a semi-transparent stain. And we did that. And we also went over to Gladieux Do It Best and talked about fuels and keeping your engines in your small, in your lawnmowers and in your snow blowers and things like that to make sure they're running very good and they're using the correct fuels with them. Along with, I put a window in at my house that I got over at Gladieux and showed just a little bit about how we dressed it up on the outside, and got that all done. And leaves, we've got leaves everywhere, and we've got a neat little mulching system that we used, and it worked out pretty good, kind of a free plug for the Works company, and worked out real nice. We were able to get all of our leaves. We had a ton of them this year, and I'm sure we'll have a ton of them again before it's all said and done. But big show this week. You enjoy it, and proud to bring you our 30th season of Let's Fix Her Up. Well, you know, it's our 30th, actually 31st season of Let's Fix Her Up. We've been doing the show locally for, I can't even tell you how long, project after project after project. We're going to be working a little bit with Home Depot this year and helping us out with some of our bigger projects that we're going to be doing, along with Steve Naylor and everybody over at Seagate. We're going to have a ton of projects with them, so I'm really looking forward to that, and a lot of other great local companies that we'll be spotlighting. First project for me is, you know, about a year or so ago, we put a deck in here in back of my house, and I need to get it sealed now. We're gonna scrub it up a little bit here, and we went over to Home Depot and got a great product from Behr, and it's an all-in-one wood cleaner, and you mix it up 1-to-1 with water, and it's going to clean our deck off, and we're going to show you a little bit of that. And then hopefully we're going to be putting on a beautiful semi-transparent stain that we're going to wind up doing with our whole fence line once we get to that point. And make sure when you're using this product, read all the directions. You should wear gloves. You should wear all of the utensils that you need to make sure, because it's kind of like an acid type product here that's going to take all the dirt and everything off, but you want to be very careful with it and make sure you have hoses ready, and you can make sure to get everything cleaned up. And then decided to put a semi-transparent cedar tone shade back on the deck, and that's what we're doing right now. It's a Behr product. You can pick it up at Home Depot. It's not very expensive. It's going to give you a 6-year life on your 4 to 6 year life on your deck, and then a little bit more on your fence. And we're going to use the same stuff for our fence. And I was talking to Kurt and everybody over there, and it's really interesting how, obviously, because you're walking on your deck and you're doing things like that, that is going to make it, you know, it's not going to take as well as it will with the putting it on the fence and longevity wise. But we were able to get it all put on, and we used a nice roller, a 3/8 inch napped roller to do our whole deck. And I gotta tell you, it came out really nice. Didn't spend a lot of money, had a couple of $100 into the whole project here, and it's gonna make my deck look real nice for a couple of more years. And you know, 3-4 more years I'll probably do it again. You know how I am. I'm always doing projects like this. A little late in the season. We filmed this the first week in November. And it's a little late in the season for us, so we've had to kind of dodge the leaves. We've had a lot of leaves, and we've been able to get all the leaves up and everything. But now basically all we're doing is making sure this gets all done, and then we've got 3 or 4 days for it to dry.
Is your roof past its peak? It's not always this easy to tell. From rooftops to foundations, Seagate is a trusted A+ BBB accredited business and a Platinum Preferred contractor. As a Platinum Preferred contractor, we offer one of the country's best roofing warranties, the Owens Corning True Protection 50-year warranty. That's material and labor. We've earned your trust for over 30 years, Toledo. Call Seagate now.
244-LEAK Seagate.
Hi, I'm Marty Sutter, president of Genoa Bank, a locally owned community bank providing a full range of banking services. At Genoa Bank, we believe a bank should do more than just conduct business. We generally care about the communities we serve, and we take our hometown commitment to heart. Our biggest investment will always be in you, whether it's a personal account or business. Genoa Bank is committed to outstanding service. We want to know you by name and help you with all your banking needs. Genoa Bank, we take your banking needs personally.
Well, you know, Steve's starting year 31 here. Thank you, by the way.
Brother.
Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, I laugh. We laugh about this all the time, and it's like, you know, it's not like I make a lot of money at what I do. There's something I'm trying to prove. Haven't figured out what the hell it is yet, but I know good companies. And you guys have just done a phenomenal job for me, for some of my friends, and we've become very good friends. And
Thanks, Mike.
I've learned a lot about the roofing business and the home improvement business from you, especially you. You're smoking your cigar, relaxing with me. What do we talk about? Roofing.
All different kinds of things.
Yeah.
Roofing, siding, basement waterproofing, home improvements.
Right. And you know, we were just, as I was getting the cameras and everything ready, I said, you know, there's one thing I want to talk about with this. It's just getting us ready, because we have so many blood and guts projects that we're going to be doing this year and showcasing. Today, I just want to talk a little bit about it, but the wins this year, and actually it's been 2 or 3 years, and there's got to be, you know, you got some of these guys that use these, I don't want to say off-brand.
Mm-hmm. Well, there's some definite off-brands.
I get nervous about this wind.
Absolutely. So we, a long time ago, partnered up with Owens Corning, and they're arguably the world's greatest shingle manufacturer that there is.
Right.
And they have technology that can give us 130 mile an hour wind rating on their shingles. Mm-hmm. And the way they do it is, here's an actual sample, and there's a cloth built right into the shingle, and this is where we nail.
Right.
And we only have to use 4 nails, and they guarantee it for 130 mile an hour.
Wow.
Now, Mike, that's any time of the year that we install this.
Uh-huh.
So we've got plenty of time to still install some roofs and still get you that 130 mile an hour wind rating. So
that's
great shingle.
I have some people in Rossford, you know, hey, Mike, they know we obviously do the show and we talk with you and everything. And yeah, it's getting kind of late in the season. I go, you know, it's not. It really isn't. Yeah. We've done stuff with you in the middle of February.
Absolutely. There's still plenty of time left. Owens Corning also has got this high hip and ridge with this heavy-duty tar line right here, and that just seals down fabulous. And that's everybody sees the ridge caps flying off, and this right here puts an end to that right there. So we still got plenty of time to do roofing. No worries.
I look at your traditional roofs, and everybody's talking about the new metal roofs and this, and this, and I have yet to see anything that would even consider to change my mind. I'm about 4 years out on a roof now, maybe, and I just can't even. Yeah, I can't imagine every night we get a rain. And that's probably the easiest thing going with that. But the traditional roof is, in my point of view, and I'm sure you're going to say the same thing, is the way to go.
You know, with the warranties that we can provide,
exactly.
You know, there's really no comparison. everybody still, there's going to be folks out there that still want the metal roofs, and it can be done. I mean, there's no doubt about it. But the costs and the warranties, people are still installing these beautiful architectural style shingles.
Well, it's so super nice to know that most of your crew that works with you have been with you for quite a long time.
Years and years and years. We've got people that, that have been with us for over 25 years.
And the real cool thing is you have certain people that are just absolutely spec perfect on this aspect of the roof or the windows or what they're doing with the basements and everything. So you got these guys, and I just love it. And I've been on a couple of shoots for some of the older guys, the old farts like me, teaching the younger guys, and wow, they're just so good at it.
We promote within, and we've got crew leaders and production managers, and we've been doing it a long time, and we've got some things in place to ensure that we're going to put out quality work on every type of job we do.
Getting into the basements, that is just something that people are wondering, gee, how do I know if something's going wrong in your basement? Now, granted, if you got a wall that's bowing in, you know that. But there's sometimes that you don't have those things, and maybe you don't have your spouts right, or you don't have this and that. But you can minimal mess, or there's sometimes it's a big mess.
Yeah, so it really depends on what's going on. As you look at your basement, and sometimes you can't see everything,
right?
But you might get that smell, and you just know something's wrong, and maybe gets a little worse every single year. But we can come out and evaluate it, and we don't have a cookie cutter system. We're not a franchise that just hires these salesmen.
Right.
Anybody that comes to your house to look at your foundation is a seasoned veteran. They've done the work. They're not just a salesman, and that's the difference between us and every other company. We evaluate every single home as if it was ours,
right?
And then we fix the problem depending on the severity of the job. And we can jack up houses and replace walls. We do it inside, outside. We have sump pump systems. We have just all different types of systems depending on what's going on with your particular home.
Well, we have a special problem that one of these days we're going to get to on my house, where the people who owned the house before I did literally took the sump pump out of the sump and right into the middle of my basement, and we're going to do that. And then there's that little pipe that's supposed to go out to where it's supposed to go, and they filled that up with all of that yuck stuff. So you're going to be tearing the front of my house up,
right? And figure out what's going on. We can't, I don't know exactly what's going on there, but we can figure it out.
You've never seen anything like that.
No, it's weird. Yeah, it's just different. It's
right.
And homeowners do what homeowners do, but we can fix it, get everything running properly, and guarantee it. So one of the really interesting things that we can offer too is, if say you just have maybe a little smell, you're not sure where it's coming from, it could be leading to bigger things, but we have a system where we bring fresh air into the home and expel all that nasty bad air. The air quality in a basement, in a crawl space, there's major studies that have been done that says it's worse than the quality outside of your home.
Oh, wow.
So the air quality and the inside of your basement, and especially crawl spaces, is worse than the air outside. So we've got a system that can handle that. And that's one of the things we offer when we come out. So we can take a look at that for you.
I enjoy working with you. You've been like family to me, and it's just neat, the projects. It's that phone call, and, hey, you got a really good problem, dude, I got something for you.
I've got a couple going on now. We can do a lot of before and after.
Fantastic,
and let the people see what we're up to after 40 years.
Well, thank you for taking advantage of the 30 years of promotion I've tried to give you guys. You guys are all right. Steve and I have become really...
Only 30 years?
Yeah, I don't know.
So where's the first 10?
You don't look 30.
You missed our first 10.
Is that it? Yeah, you've been 40 years now.
You missed our first 10.
I know. I was still driving a UPS truck at that point.
Ah, I see.
Yeah. Making the big bucks. Making the big bucks. Thank you, though. Seriously.
Absolutely.
And if you want to give them a call, you know, you want to get on the list because, you know, it's very difficult. You know, there's only so many crews.
Absolutely.
You know?
Yep.
So you want to work on that. But even if you just want to say, you know, I got that smell in my basement. You know, that's that. I get that.
Yeah.
I get that.
We can track it down, and we've got systems that are kind of like air infiltration type, filtration type systems that work fabulously. Can take the smell right out of the basement.
Oh, fantastic. Folks, we will have a lot more for you here. I'll probably be on another 30 years, I hope at least. And we'll be back with more. Thank you, buddy.
All right. Take care.
What can you expect from working with Fairway Independent Mortgage Corporation? Our branch manager, Marty Bin, can help you navigate through the loan process with the service and speed you deserve. Contact Marty today to get pre-qualified. Make your home buying dreams a reality. Call 419-481-8696 to speak with Marty Bin today.
Pro Golf Fairways at Cameo Pizza and Resets in Rossford and Monroe Street right next to Nick and Jimmy with top-of-the-line golf simulators, duck pin bowling, and the best food for your night out. We've got you covered. It's Pro Golf Fairways with all the greatest golf courses in the area. Why not come out and hit a few with us at Pro Golf Fairways at Cameo Pizza and Resets in Rossford and Monroe Street next to Nick and Jimmy.
Different problems require different solutions. Seagate Roofing and Foundation Services has been solving water problems for over 30 years. We have the expertise to provide you with the best solution. Seagate replaces foundations, straightens walls, lifts sinking foundations, and waterproofs basements. Get your free estimate before you make a decision because you deserve to have all the facts. We are the local experts.
244 LEAK Seagate.
Stop struggling with the big box stores. Choose Gladieux.
Gladieux Home Center. A hardware store, yet so much more. Your home improvement answer store. A place to design your interior space. A professional and friendly smiling face. Everything you need for your home. And Gladieux is locally owned. You'll be glad to know Gladieux Home Center.
Mike Jameson and Jameson's Mobile Music would like to talk to you about your entertainment needs for your upcoming wedding or special event. For over 25 years, Mike has made wonderful memories, one event at a time. Professional sound and lighting and video for your special event. Call us today for an affordable package for your special day. 419-514-1302. Jameson's Mobile Music and Video. Oh, we're here with Trent Harp. How are you, buddy?
I'm good. How are you doing today, Mike?
Can you believe I've been doing this 30 years?
You're not that old.
I know.
You started when you were about 6.
No, I'm 31. You're 28. You know, I know how that goes. But one of the things I had problems with this summer, you know, I went out and I know you guys fix a lot of mowers. You fix a lot of mowers.
Absolutely.
And my next door neighbor was moving and gave me a nice mower and said, "Here you go, it's yours. Give me $50, you know." And I've had nothing but problems with it. And you guys, finally, we just came down to, it's time for a new carburetor, Mr. Michael. And what was the reason beyond that?
Well, nowadays, probably 75% of our carburetor issues are fuel-base related.
Right.
Our fuels nowadays have a lot of ethanol, which is alcohol, in the fuel, and that causes a lot of issues, causes deterioration of carburetor parts, actually draws water into the system, causes internal parts to rust. We can avoid a lot of that. We've been kind of in the last few years really transitioning to that. There's some engineered fuels on the market which we We preach it every year to people before you put your piece of equipment away for the winter. Run a stabilized fuel through it, and it will save you lots of money in the long run. Fairly expensive for the cost of fuel, but boy, it's like an insurance policy.
Yeah.
Spend $10 in the fall or $150, $200 in the spring, and it's a very, very easy thing to do.
And one of the really good things about it is you've got it for the 4-cycle engines, you got it for the 2-cycle engines, and with this stuff, it's getting back kind of like to the old days when gas was a little bit more, I don't want to say refined or anything, but you know, gas was gas at that point.
Right.
Now gas is corn now.
Correct, correct. And of course, that's all government regulated.
Sure.
You know, more and more ethanol every year, but you know, a lot of times that's all you can get. Short term, you can run it, it's not going to cause any issues, but when you get into the issue is the storage.
Right.
That's where it really becomes a problem, because that will just start to deteriorate things in your engine, in your carburetor, your fuel lines, your seals, your gaskets, things like that. And you can prevent it. Like I said, in the fall of the year, buy a good engineered fuel. We've got several
all
different.
kinds of them,
we got 2-cycle, we got 4-cycle, we got another brand of 4-cycle. All of those are very good products for that. Like I said, they are treated so that they will, for longevity, when they make the products. Another thing people don't realize is when they make this product, they actually purge that fuel with nitrogen, so there's no air in it at any point in the process. So this could set on the shelf for 2 or 3 years and you wouldn't have a problem with it. In your mower, it can set up to a year and a half without any issues. I live by it. You know, every spring I go out to pull my mower, it starts. Every winter, just the other day, I did my winter preparations, my snow blowers that I used that in exclusively last year. They fired second pull. So
I've been using this, and I bought my snowblower from you, and like I said, plugged it in, hit the button, boom, started right up. And I'm excited that's going to run now that we can get this old mower working, because my big mower works, and I've always put that kind of gas in it. I did not taking any chances, and I know it's kind of beginning of the season for you guys here, but I noticed you got a lot of snow blowers right now.
We do, actually. We run a special every fall, and we're in the middle of that, and people can take advantage of that.
Get them now, huh?
Get them now. We get a little slow, so this generates some business and lets people get prepared.
Right.
You don't want to start the snow blower the night before the big storm.
Exactly.
That's when you have your issues.
Well, also too, you know, you got the leaf blowers, you've got everything. This year, it's like, boy, I got a ton of leaves, but I still have a ton of leaves on the tree. So it's like, why do it now? Because I'm going to do it, put it all on out by the street, and then we're going to get that 90-mile-an-hour windstorm, and I'm going to have to do it again.
Correct.
But you got it all here, battery operated, you know, and that seems to be the way everybody's going now.
That's the wave of the future.
Yep,
Like it or not, it's coming. And we have cutting edge equipment on for the battery powered.
Oh, fantastic. Well, thank you so much.
Thanks, Mike.
30 years you guys have been, I've been putting up with you, right? Is that what it is? No?
That's like dog years, though. It's only 5 real years.
Arf, 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 arf.
Furnace not working? Wojo's Heating, Air Conditioning, and Plumbing can help. Go to wojosheating.com.
Yoder Brothers Lawn and Snow, where we treat your yard as our own. Lawn care, landscape construction, landscape maintenance, hydroseeding, snow and ice management, residential and commercial, licensed, insured, trusted. Contact us today, 567-218-1915, 567-218-1915. Yoder Brothers Lawn and Snow. Yoder Brothers Lawn and Snow.
Genoa Bank helped finance my great-grandfather's farm equipment.
Genoa Bank helped my grandfather with a small business loan.
My parents' home loan was from Genoa Bank.
And I manage my free checking account online with Genoa Bank.
Since 1902, Genoa Bank has helped generations of families. Many things have changed over the years, but our commitment to our customers has not. We care about their needs and the good of our community. At Genoa Bank, we take your banking needs personally. Stop by any of our 8 locations today.
Folks, we got a mound of leaves here. I'll tell you, the way the winds are blowing this year, I've gotten everybody's leaves in my yard, so I've got everything back to this area here, and I've picked this up from Works, and it's really actually a real nice system here. and it mulches up all of the leaves, and it puts them in just an old container, and it actually works really well. And I'm looking at them right now, and yeah, we got a big bunch of dust in there, and as you can tell, there's some dust here. But it's a lot easier than raking them and then putting them to the curb, and then the wind blows again, and the next thing you know, it's coming right back in here. So we're going to get this done, and this is Worx, W-O-R-X. I got mine through Amazon, and then I picked up this system too, so I could hook it right onto an old garbage can here, and it works real good. That way we only have to dump it once. Well, this area cleaned up pretty well, and it took us about an hour and a half to do it, but these are all, it's basically just, it's dust now. It's a little bit of dust, so it came out real good, and kind of a free plug for them. And now we got to go and enjoy this fall weather a little bit. That's the window that we put in a couple of weeks ago, and I just kind of wanted to show a little bit to you what we're doing here. And this was just a horrible window. And what actually happened, the homeowners that had it before me, they put storm windows in here, and we'll show you some of what the old window used to look like here. And the storm windows actually kind of overwent when they put the new siding on the house. So what we're doing right now, we're going to re-side this house. Seagate's going to work with us on this coming spring, and we're going to re-side this house. But right now we just want to put in just make sure it's all wrapped in good and tight. We've got everything in. We're going to put a little bit more of our foam in here. This is our window and door. Great stuff. You can pick this up over at the Home Depot too. And basically, this stuff doesn't expand as much as the other stuff does, and that's a good thing. So, we got our caulk. We're going to be caulking and doing a little bit of that, but this will actually go in just some of our holes that we've got in here just to make sure we get them all done. Now we are putting on our final piece here, and once we get it all tacked in, I still don't have it in yet. I'm going to put some adhesive behind it, and we've got our new window in. We're a little off here, but that's just the way everything's set up with the old installation that was here. It looks pretty good, and it's going to get us through the winter, and we're going to be working with Seagate here on re-siding this house next spring, and they got some great deals. I'd like to thank Steve for working with us this week and sitting down talking a little bit about roofing and things like that. We've got a second coat that we're going to be putting on our deck right now, and just waiting for the weather to get. I got one more day of warmth coming today. Just wasn't warm enough to get it done, so we're going to be working on that, and also going to be doing some great projects with flooring coming up. We're going to be showing you some big windows that we're going to be putting in here, and Steve Naylor over at Seagate's got a really neat project for us. We're going to be showing a dig out of a basement as they're putting a new basement in too. So everything's good with that. Gladieux, Trent helping us out, and you want to make sure you get the really good gas for these things, because the gas they're putting in these things now, it's a mess, and I've had to redo my carburetors on one of my two lawnmowers, and Gladieux was able to help us out with that. So make sure you do that and work with that. Folks, we'll see you next week on Let's Fix Her Up, our 30th season. Can you believe that?